Hello everyone, GameGoddessFee here. Happy Saturday, you guys. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. All right, so we are back tonight with more Ace Attorney. I do have my boy. All right, so yeah, we're gonna continue the story. Is this the end from or what?
No, this one and then one last one and that's the end.
Okay, so yeah, we could go ahead and finish this up. I hope you all enjoy. Thank you for watching. Make sure you give me a subscribe if you're not subscribed and a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. Hey, Dave, how's it going? Yep, I'm here at the beginning. Yes, you are. Yeah, happy Saturday and thank you for making it. All right, you got the notification. I never get the notification on my phone anymore. I don't know what's going on with it. I've been trying to fix it for weeks now. I'm doing well. We're doing good. We just chilled this Saturday. I didn't go out anywhere, so.
Dave, I'm depressed, Dave. Come hug me.
You're so silly. Go ahead somewhere. Don't listen to him. Anyway. Alright, so we got Ace Attorney, Miles Edgeworth, episode 4, Turnabout Reminiscence. The ladder, the truth behind the KG-8 incident. Alright, so you ready, Plum?
Yes.
All right, let's go. I forgot what we was doing, Plum.
You forgot.
I forgot to.
It's been like 2 days.
September 10th, 5:45 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 1.
What is this incredibly overpowering sweet scent?
It smells like flowers. Uncle Bat, is this it?
Isn't that Detective Bat and Kay over there?
It looks like she managed to escape the bailiff.
No, that's not quite it.
Ah, too bad, but it's so pretty.
I think you're still a bit too young to be wearing that. But since you found it, I guess I can let you keep it.
Thanks, I'll treasure it always.
Those two seem to get along rather well. Oh, here. I've got something else for you.
Oh. Yay, thank you, Uncle Bat. Earlier, I ate one of these with gummy.
Gummy? Oh, you mean gumshoe.
Gummy is... He was trying to be nice to me because I was going to get in trouble. And then he got in trouble because he failed to protect me. Gummy! I know he didn't kill Daddy.
Don't cry. Faraday would be sad if he saw you crying.
I'm not crying.
Kay.
Oh, it's the mister from before and the lady too.
Don't you think it would be a good idea to go home for the time being?
You're not involved in the investigation, so it's for the best. So it's for the best if you do. Actually, I'm Uncle Bat's assistant. So I'm related to the investigation.
Is that so, Detective Bad? Yeah, I guess.
What? You were just goading us like kids to not mess up the crime scene. And now you let this child run free? Why?
People are free to investigate things outside of the actual crime scene. You also had a few things you wanted to look into. Got a problem with that? I don't have a problem with that, but I am curious as to what Miss Yu was looking into.
Uncle Bat? I'm gonna go look somewhere else now, okay?
Alright, I'm counting on you.
Oh, that's right. Hey, mister!
Yes, what is it?
I know Gummy really isn't the bad guy. I mean it. So please, find the real bad guy, okay?
I won't forgive whoever did this. But in the absence of the perfect piece of testimony and evidence, there is no one else who could be the true culprit other than Detective Gumshoe. She wandered off while I was pondering. Really?
She wandered off while I was pondering.
She wandered off while I was thinking. Detective Bad, what exactly was Kay searching for? Nothing that concerns you, boy.
Oh, and I suppose it has nothing to do with Kate.
Is she? Then you mean something? You read that wrong. You read the script wrong, Francisca.
Stay on script. What it said then?
Is there something? Whatever. You said nothing.
Oh, and I suppose it has something to do with Kate? That's what I said.
You said nothing.
Oh, whatever. Oh, and I suppose it has something to do with Kate?
It does, because she's Faraday's daughter. Anyway, hurry up and get to the point. I don't have time to waste. Sounds like he'd rather be left alone. I have something I'd like to confirm with you once again. Don't have anything to say to you. Be that as it may, we still have questions that we need answers to. Now then, first of all, what is the overpowering smell that is permeating this room? Upon entering this room, I thought I was going to suffocate. It's that ultra-strong perfume Yu wears. She spilled some of it. I was having a bad time of it myself. I didn't think twice and opened the window. But that smell's still here. Perfume, huh? So the sweet scent in the air is perfume.
Well, it's giving off quite a stench. I bet it's some cheap, no-name brand.
She said it's a famous brand from overseas.
It's a knockoff. Yes, definitely a knockoff.
No disrespect, but she forced one of those bottles on me. Here, little girl, you can have it.
I was born for a much more expensive and refined perfume. However, seeing as how you just happen to have a spare, I suppose I'll take it. Mouse Edgeworth, you will hold on to this bottle without fail.
Ugh. Why can't she ever be honest about her wants?
Miss Yu's perfume data jotted down in my organizer. Perfume given to Bad by you. Some perfume as the one spilled in lobby number 1.
So now we have the perfume Miss Yu wears. Just fantastic. Is that all you wanted to talk about? If so, I'm going back to investigating. Actually, I still have a few other things I wish to inquire about.
During the recess.
So, you were in this room the entire recess. Like I said, I made a call to the precinct to get that big lug down here. But other than that, I was waiting for the recess to end in here.
At least your story is consistent.
Earlier you stated that you were in this lobby with Miss Yu. Yeah, I ran into her in the hallway. She said she wanted to talk to me about something, so we came in here. Then, what you're saying is that until Detective Gumshoe's arrival, you and Miss Yu were in two different locations. Guess I am. Interesting.
Speaking of that lawyer, she seems to have a great dislike for you.
Oof. Let's see. Miss Yu is the sister of the victim of the KG-8 incident. And as I recall, Detective Bad was the lead detective on the case. I wonder if the reason for her disdain isn't simply because you failed to guard Cece, but because you were the lead detective on the case. You knew? I also know that today's trial involving the Cadopium Embassy staff member is being referred to as the second KG-8 incident. Now then, Detective, I believe it's time you were honest with me and told me the truth behind your relationship with Miss Yu and Mr. Faraday and the KG-8 incident. If you already know that much, I guess it'd be alright to tell you.
Relation to Faraday?
No, what you doing?
What you mean?
KG-8 incident.
I thought we did that.
No, it's new.
Oh. KG-8 incident.
Now then, I'd like to ask you a few questions about the KG-8 incident. It's not exactly a happy story, other than the people who were directly involved. You two will be the first to hear what I'm about to tell. The honest truth behind the KG-8 incident.
Uh-oh.
There's a lollipop in that. Faraday, you and I. As you already know, we three were involved with the KG-8 incident.
What's up, Gang Queen 81? How's it going?
Faraday and I were originally on the trail of a smuggling ring. You mean the smuggling case involved one of the Omino's group's secretaries? The trial was just a front.
A facade?
Yeah, but the case became tainted. All because the witness who was going to testify about the Omno group's ties to the smuggling ring, CCU, was killed. Then, what became of the secretary who was arrested? His name was Colin Devray. To be honest, the guy didn't know a thing about the smuggling ring. But he confessed to knowing about it anyway. Devray was probably being intimidated by the big boss man, just another scapegoat. The boss man of the Omno group? He can't seriously mean Mr. Ernest Omino. That can't be right. It's probably just Detective Bad's personal hypothesis. What is he trying to do, suspecting Mr. Omno of being involved with smuggling?
I suppose it would have been quite difficult to secure an acquittal after he confessed.
You went a little faster.
Oh. But the man who killed CCU, Manny Colchin, was a completely different person. But since he's already been acquitted once of her murder, Mr. Faraday, how could you have let him go?
If I remember correctly. Blah blah blah. Really? You have issues? I heard that Mr. Faraday had an important piece of evidence stolen from him. That wasn't Faraday's fault. It was mine. I wasn't vigilant enough. Faraday, Cece, I was supposed to protect them both. Miss Yu did mention that as well. About how Detective Bad was supposed to guard her sister. But even I, who was supposed to protect them.
Didus Animation! Good to say to join us today. Didus! Hi, Didus! How's it going, Didus? Oh, Scott! Oh!
We getting raided.
What's up, Skull Kid? How's it going?
You skipped
a lot.
Why you didn't say it then?
Oh my god. Okay. But even now, I can't just go back. Okay. But even now, who was supposed to protect them? I fell into their trap.
That's good. I'm glad to see y'all here. It's been a minute, but I'm happy to see you guys. Yeah. What kind of trap?
The holes in this jacket are a testament to that trap.
Yeah, he got shot up, did he? Look.
Yeah.
Look, they shot around his whole head. Look.
That guy everything except his head.
Let me stop.
You mean you were fired upon?
I know you be busy sometimes, Skull Kid. It's fine. Look. It's all right. I appreciate you, though. You were shot at that many times in one gunfight?
No. Only about half of these are from that case. But the reason I continue to wear this jacket is to remind myself of the lessons I learned from the KG-8 incident.
It really does. I'm surprised they didn't get his head. How they get all that coat and then get his... Let me stop. Let me stop.
Really? Really? I see. I come protect CCU, and the suspect was found not guilty. We had hit a brick wall as far as the law was concerned. And that's when she came to the courtroom, the victim's sister. That's when I first met Callisto U. I said her name wrong. Callisto U.
Relation to you.
About when you first met Miss Yu. It was on the day the verdict of the KG-8 incident was handed down, was it not? Yeah, Faraday and we apologized to her from the bottom of our hearts. It was all we could do, but just saying you're sorry won't bring my sister back, she said. And then she gave me a hard slap across the face.
Well, she certainly had a lot of self-control to stop at just a slap. If it was me, not even 100 lashes would have been punishment enough.
I suppose not. You said it herself, that she never wanted to see either of us again. But after that, you've seen her many times over, correct? Yeah, Faraday and even after the KG-8 incident, had come to a close. We continued to hunt down the smuggling ring and got involved in a variety of cases. But it was no use. We cracked so many different cases. But the result was always the same. We couldn't find the real mastermind behind the ring. It's the ring Really that big?
It was in the pursuit of the ring that we met you once again. It was during another trial related to the smuggling ring. Faraday was the prosecutor, and I, as the lead detective, took to the witness stand. She appeared out of the blue as the defense attorney.
Her client was related to the smuggling ring, and she was defending them?
Yeah. You was pursuing the ring as best she could as a lawyer. I think she defended Rail this time for the same reason.
Come to think of it, Miss Yu did say something to the same effect.
I have my own agenda. I'm still on the hunt for leads regarding the KG-8 incident, alright?
And for that, you have not a single qualm about defending a known killer?
Don't put words in my mouth. I said no such thing. The only way I had to get close to Mr. Rail was to be his lawyer. I had no intention of covering for him, ever. So don't you dare suggest I was going to. It doesn't matter what her reason is. Helping a criminal is just despicable.
You're so naive, little girl. I could have stolen this lollipop from you. That's how naive you are.
How dare you insult the daughter of a one karma? My voice will be cracking while trying to voice act. You can probably do it, Skull Kid.
Just like us, you felt that she had hit the limit of what the law could do.
Mine too, Skull Kid. I can't do it like Plum though.
What you mean?
Okay, I'm into high pitch. Get on! Get on, guys!
Really?
Yeah!
That's all.
The law is merely a tool. There is no limit to it, only the skill of the craftsman.
You two are still too young, but one day you'll know what I mean. But enough sidetracking. What matters is that we met you again in pursuit of the smuggling ring. That's all.
Relation to Faraday.
So, what was your relation to Mr. Faraday? You didn't seem to know Kay fairly well.
I met him when he was a rookie prosecutor. Known him ever since. And Kay, I've known her since the day she was born. Faraday and we cracked quite a few cases together.
But you two seem to have made no progress at all in the Yatagarasu case.
Did we touch a nerve?
Only have one thing to say to you. No one knew more about the Yatagarasu than me and Faraday. That's why I was called upon to testify in today's trial. To prove that Rail was not the real Yatagarasu. Which I would have done if he hadn't turned around and accused Faraday. After the accusation, I was asked to testify, but this time, to prove or disprove the accusation. But I guess I won't be doing that either.
I sense that there's more to that statement than meets the eye. Perhaps a bit more digging into the Yatagarasu is what's necessary.
Yatagarasu.
She said it right! She said it right! Whoa, she said it right! Whoa!
You claim to know much about the Yatagarasu. Would you care to show what you know with me?
What you two should be looking for right now is proof of murderous intent towards Faraday and Rail.
I agree, which is exactly why I'm asking you about the Yatagarasu.
What?
KG-8 incident and this second KG-8 incident. Both of these cases are tied to the smuggling ring. And in both of these cases, the witness who was to testify about the ring was murdered. However, there is one point in which they differ. And that is the presence or absence of the great thief Yatagarasu. Mr. Rail claims to be the Yatagarasu. However, in the middle of the trial, he suddenly declared Mr. Faraday to be the real Yatagarasu. Then, during the recess, they were both killed. Don't you find that to be the least bit odd?
Mouse Edgeworth, stop beating around the bush and just spit it out already.
I believe that there must be some reason that the two men suspected of being the Yatagarasu were both killed at the same time.
Reason, huh?
And so, in order to catch Mr. Faraday's and Mr. Rail's cold-blooded killer, I feel that I need to learn as much as I can about the Yatagarasu.
If it will help you solve this case, then I'll tell you. I'll tell you the reason why we've never caught the Yatagarasu.
What was that sudden outburst for? Can you feel?
Plus five. What the fuck? I'm plus 4, man. Shut the fuck, man.
What was that sudden outburst for? You almost made me whip you by accident.
No! Still accidentally whipped me anyway.
There are 3 main reasons why the Yatagarasu will always be one step ahead.
See, it'd be a while before I start reading. I be forgetting how to read sometimes.
First, the Yatagarasu always knows the exact location of the target object. Second, the Yatagarasu always knows exactly how to disarm the security system.
She did, Skull Kid.
Third, the Yatagarasu doesn't leave a single shred of evidence behind, ever.
I see. So those are the Yatagarasu's special traits.
Sounds like an incredibly elusive thief.
The Yatagarasu has never been caught on tape. Never tries to draw anyone's attention. He would never do something as lowbrow as commit murder. That's how I knew that Rail wasn't the real Yatagarasu right away.
But you can't use that sort of logic on its own to prove that he wasn't.
Listen, little girl, I'm not done talking yet. What's different about this time was that evidence related to the smuggling ring was sent to the police. And the sender was none other than the one who infiltrated the Kastapian embassy, the Yatagarasu.
The Yatagarasu sent the evidence.
Until now, the Yatagarasu would always publicize any corrupt dealings through the mass media. But not this time. The evidence this time was something only Faraday and I, and a select few others knew about.
In that case, how can you be so sure that it was the Yatagarasu who sent it?
That's easy. A special cord that only the Yatagarasu uses was attached. That's how I can be so sure.
And just what sort of card is it?
Here, take a look at this article. Whenever the Yatagarasu wants to publicize something, a white card is sent along with the stolen information. But when we questioned Rel about what was sent along with the white card, Rel had no idea what it was.
Ah, and that's how Detective Bad knew that Mr. Rel was a phony. Thank you very much. I have a much better understanding of the Yatagarasu now.
Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes?
His Honor would like to transfer the evidence from today's trial over to you. So if you could please head over to the courtroom, it'd be much appreciated, sir.
Understood. I'll be there shortly. Detective Bad, what does the law mean to you?
Finding the answer to that question is the only reason I'm still alive.
I became a prosecutor to find the answer to that question myself. To play a part in ensuring that all criminals everywhere are found guilty.
Why did he call it?
September 10th, District Court, courtroom number 3.
What is that? Anyway.
Oh, it's you, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh,
You were supposed to say, "Ha!" and we shouldn't. It appears that His Honor is still a bit dispirited.
for the first time today, I experienced what it's like to stand at the witness stand. I now have a greater appreciation for just how hard it is to give testimony. Well, there's no reason for you to be all depressed about it, Your Honor. As a judge, no one expects you to think about anything other than the verdict.
Francisca, there's no need to further depress His Honor.
But I'm not trained to, Mouse.
Your Honor.
Eh?
Your Honor, I've come to collect the evidence that was to be transferred. I can't read. Your Honor, I've come to collect the evidence that was to be transferred to me. Your Honor, the evidence?
Your Honor!
Oh, you, yes, I could help you. Can I help you?
I'd like to collect the evidence now, sir.
Your Honor, do you think you can stay focused long enough to at least do your job? Yes, I'm sorry. And I would accept that the defense attorney has yet to arrive.
She is busy with the investigation, so let's keep this brief, shall we?
Very well. In that case, please confirm that all the pieces of evidence are present. Furthermore, the evidence that we used in the murder of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell.
That we used? Okay. We killed it.
What they said?
What?
That was used are also included, so please go ahead and use them in your investigation into their case.
Understood, Your Honor. The pieces of evidence that were used in the murder of those two men. This could be a very good chance for me to find new leads regarding their case. And maybe even something that will finally lead me to the truth.
I've placed all the evidence over at the prosecutor's bench for you.
I see. Thank you very much. I will go and confirm that they are all accounted for. You gotta walk over. You gotta play the game now. You gotta play the video game. So this is the evidence related to today's Kodapian embassy trial from Mr. Faraday's bag.
You mean the evidence bag that was on the table in lobby number 2, right?
Yes. Finally, we can now take a look at the evidence itself and not just data about them. Let's be sure to thoroughly examine them while we have the time.
Agreed. I want to take a good look at all of the evidence from the embassy murder, too.
And why is that?
Because I still don't fully understand what today's trial was about.
Don't point your crop at me just because you don't know something.
And don't you try to order me around just because Papa chose you today.
I see someone is still sore about not being picked by Mr. Von Karma.
It's all so real to see the knife up close.
And so, we have the knife, the gun, an envelope. And what's this organizer doing here?
Oh, that's right. I completely forgot to tell you.
About what, Your Honor?
They found Mr. Faraday's personal organizer inside that evidence bag of his. Detective Bad requested it be passed along to you. He said it will help the investigation.
Detective Bat said that.
What a strange stroke of luck.
Well, never look a gift horse in the mouth. We might as well flip through it too. I won't rest until I've inspected everything they're looking winning. Oh! Francisco, look at all this! Oh! Look at this! Oh, we got the jackpot! Okay, I took a quick look through these documents before the trial started.
Well, I wasn't even afforded the opportunity to skim it.
I suppose I should explain it to you then.
Yes, you should, perfectly and in its entirety. If you please.
On the night of September 8th, an embassy staff member was killed in front of the embassy. The staff member died of shock due to being shot in the heart. Mackerel was brought in that night as a suspect and thoroughly questioned. Because the murder weapon was found on him, for which he was arrested on the spot.
A simpleton of a man, that's what he was.
Perhaps he was, for the weapon wasn't the only incriminating evidence we had. Mr. Rell was caught in the act on film by a security camera.
He was an even bigger simpleton than I thought. I can't believe he didn't notice a security camera.
The Kadapian embassy security system is supposedly very well designed. He may have simply not been aware that there was a camera in the area.
So, have you seen the contents? Have you seen the contents of the video for yourself?
Yes, the surveillance video the security camera took was played during the trial by Mr. Faraday. You can clearly identify Mr. Rail on it. Even the sound of the gunshot was crystal clear.
So the footage included sound, huh? I don't think I'd ever want to see the moment of someone's death in real life.
Me neither.
Oh, look at that gun, Francisco.
This gun. It was originally used to kill the Kadapian embassy staff member. When the crime was reported,
You see, got him in the back.
no, why you do that? Okay.
Really, dude? Really?
Okay.
That just tickled him, y'all. Really?
Okay. Okay, let's shoot. The responding police found Mr. Rell still holding it, which led to his immediate arrest.
And then this gun took the original shooter's life. How ironic.
Indeed.
Yes, she did, Skull Kid. Are you okay now?
I'm good.
You good? Okay.
Good. There doesn't seem to be anything else we can learn from this piece of evidence. Mr. Faraday's organizer. It appears he was in the habit of using it.
It looks like he wrote his strategy for getting Mr. Real convicted down in here. I have collected the evidence I need. Let's go ahead.
He writes like a Bible. Who writes like that? Okay. It appears that Mr. Faraday honestly believed that Mr. Real was the killer in the case. It would also appear that he had proof that Mr. Real was not the Yatagarasu. Oh, you want me to read it? Oh god, where's one? No matter how no matter how he may try to play it, as long as I have the Yatagarasu's key, I can prove he's a phony. If I present it to him in court, it should clear everything up. And he apparently also had a very definitive piece of evidence. It's been a long battle. I hope that this will finally bring it to an end. Yes, I believe that Mr. Faraday was well prepared to discredit any claim Mr. Real may have had about there being the real Yatagarasu.
And he had a way to prove that Mr. Real was the guilty party in the embassy murder.
This organizer is a clue straight from Mr. Faraday. I'll have to take my time and give it a thorough read later.
Mr. Faraday's organizer data jotted down in my organizer.
Organizer?
Faraday wrote his strategy for winning in here. Look, there's a picture stuck between these pages here.
It appears to be a key.
And a rather ornate one at that. Just look at the design on the handle.
The craftsmanship is superb. Could this be the Yatagarasu's key Mr. Faraday mentioned in his organizer?
The Yatagarasu's key?
You've gone back to saying it wrong, Francisca. You had it. Anyway. Detective Bat said something earlier.
What's different about this time was that evidence related to the smuggling ring was sent to the police. And the sender was none other than the one who infiltrated the Kadapian embassy, the Yatagarasu.
The Yatagarasu sent the evidence.
Till now, the Yatagarasu would always publicize any corrupt dealings through the mass media. But not this time. The evidence this time was something only Faraday and I, and a select few others knew about.
Mr. Faraday must have been trying to keep this secret key safe. Ooh.
As the prosecutor on both the Yatagarasu and smuggling ring cases, as to be expected.
Yatagarasu key data jotted down in my organizer. A photo of the key the Yatagarasu sent. It has a rather unusual shape.
Where's the U? Where are you at?
Really?
It's the knife that was used to kill Mr. Faraday.
Who would have thought that such a beautiful piece of art could be used for such a cruel act?
And it's never crossed your mind that you use your riding crop for the wrong purpose? That's odd.
What is it?
Mr. Faraday didn't mention anything about a knife in his organizer.
That certainly is odd.
The weapon that was used to kill the Kadapian embassy staff member was the gun. But if that's the case, Then where did the knife that was used to murder Mr. Faraday come from?
Isn't it obvious? It was brought into the courthouse by Mr. Riddle. That's the only logical conclusion, right?
No, because it's not that easy to smuggle a weapon like that in here. Every person who enters the courthouse doors is checked thoroughly for contraband. Furthermore, the suspect was handcuffed, making it impossible for him to bring a knife as large as this inside.
In that case, how do you suppose this knife ended up in the courthouse?
I need to think carefully here. There is nothing related to the knife written anywhere in Mr. Faraday's organizer. However, it is a fact that this knife came from Mr. Faraday's evidence bag. Conversely, there is one item listed in Mr. Faraday's organizer that no one has claimed to have seen today. So in order to solve this mystery, I believe I will need to take another good look at the evidence.
Mouse Edgeworth, can I take the fact that you have yet to answer me to mean that you don't have an answer for me?
Actually, I do know the answer, Francisca.
What? Then what is it?
One of the pieces of evidence we've been holding has been hiding a secret of its own. And it was through this piece of evidence that the knife was brought into the courthouse. I did it. I'm the murderer. No one would check Edgeworth, baby.
Really? Do the
Nope.
organizer?
Nope.
What else evidence?
This.
Oh.
There's another page to the left.
Hmm?
To your right. 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 Keep going. 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 Keep going.
This right here?
That look familiar?
The Yadagarasu key.
What the hell?
This Yatagarazu's key Mr. Faraday mentions in his organizer. This is how the knife was brought into the courthouse.
You're not making any sense, Miles Edgeworth.
You just need to take a bit. Goodbye. You just need to look a bit closer, Francisca, to see what I mean. Don't the color and ornament in the... I can't read. Don't the color and ornament they when I say the word...
Ornamentation?
Ornamentation of the key's handle remind you of anything?
They do remind me of the knife.
Very good. Both the Yatagarazu's key in this photo and the murderous knife have this very unique design on their handles. Furthermore, even though Mr. Faraday mentions the Yatagarazu's key, the only object we found at the crime scene was the knife.
It's me too, Skull Kid. You don't seriously mean to say...
It appears that you have finally caught up. And yes, I do mean to say that these two pieces are, in fact, one and the same.
But that's impossible.
Even if that's what you believe, we should still investigate this possibility. Now then, let's us examine this knife in a little more detail.
I don't want to touch that.
What are you looking for?
You looking for it?
can't believe it turned into a key. To think there was such a trick to do this thing.
So the weapon used to kill Mr. Faraday is actually the key the Yatagarasu stole. This piece of information is more critical than anything we learned up until now.
Yatagarasu key data updated in my organizer. A photo of a key the Yatagarasu sent. It turns into a knife. Frankly, I'm shocked.
Mr. Faraday only mentioned the key aspect of this piece of evidence in his organizer. It's possible that he even had no idea the key was hiding a knife It's possible that even he had no idea the key was hiding a knife blade inside.
But if that's true, then only someone who knew about the key to the knife trick could have killed Faraday.
Even among law enforcement, this key was top secret. We're looking for someone who knew even more about the key than even Mr. Faraday. Meaning that the only person it could be is the one who sent the key in the first place. The great thief Yatagarasu!
Then maybe Mr. Real really was the Yatagarasu. And he was the one who killed Mr. Faraday. Is it that one possible scenario?
No, not really. Especially since Mr. Faraday was absolutely convinced that Mr. L was not the Yatagarasu. Besides, as Detective Bat said earlier,
But when we questioned Rel about what was sent along with the white cord, Rel had no idea what it was.
I see. All right then. I guess the person who knows the trick behind this key is someone else. And that person is the real Yatagarasu.
it seems that this key is truly the key to solving this case.
Knife data updated in my organizer, weapon used to kill Faraday, has secret ability to change into a key the Yatagarasu sent.
That's odd. We're short one piece of evidence. The piece that's missing is the surveillance video that was played in court.
The surveillance video? The surveillance video? How could a piece of evidence just disappear? Where did it go?
The video showing the moments in which Mr. L committed the murder. Where could it have gone indeed?
Are you done with your inspection of the evidence?
Yes, I'm finished. However, Your Honor, I am missing a single piece of prosecutorial evidence.
Your Honor? Were you... what's the word? Derelict? What? No, I dare not lick my duties. What do you take for me? Me for? What? I said, what did you take for me? Anyway, go ahead.
No, Your Honor. The most important piece of evidence in today's trial. The surveillance video is not amongst the evidence you laid out for me.
But I brought Mr. Faraday's whole bag with me from the crime scene. Maybe the tape is still somewhere at the crime scene?
There's something wrong here. Something about this missing piece of evidence. It would appear that for me to find the answers I seek, I will have to pay another visit to the scene of the crime. The tips of Defendant lobby number 2.
September 10th, 6 o'clock p.m. District Court, defendant lobby number 2.
Who that?
Who is that?
You recognize Lang?
Who?
Lang.
Lang?
You know the wolf boy.
Ah, that's him?
Yes. That's Detective Bad. But who is he with?
I've never seen that officer before.
So, did you find it? Nah, not yet. And I've looked everywhere. I see. Well then, please continue with the search. Understood. I'll continue the search. So you're the one running this show. Prosecutors like you shouldn't even be allowed at crime scenes.
How dare you? Just who do you think you are? What was that all about? And who was that man just now?
Whoever he was, I've never seen a more impudent officer in my life.
Does he even know that would... This is water. I got my regular water. Okay. Does he even know that we're standing right here behind him?
I know you're standing right behind me. What do you want, kids?
It looks like you were paying attention after all.
Of course I was. I have eyes in the back of my head.
Ah, so that mirror isn't for vanity's sake. It's for him to keep an eye out on who or what is behind him at all times. So tell me, Detective Bad, who was that rude man just now?
That guy came here from the Republic of Zingfa to study. He's Agent Lang. He's trying everything he can to revive the lost honor of his family. He's traveling the world to study different philosophies of detainment from scratch.
By visiting various police departments around the world, he has a lot of dedication.
He's still just a rookie cop, but I sense a strong grudge of some sort from him. The guy's more useful than Gumshoe, even if he is rude.
Well, he sure has a lot of guts to come to this country and give prosecutors a hard time.
I agree. However, I agree. I agree. However, I can think of one young lady that stated, "Oh,
What is wrong with you?
okay." I agree. However, I can think of one young lady that statement also applies to. Anyway, what was that agent looking for, Detective Bad?
Earlier, that little girl was poking around in lobby number 1 as well.
Like I said before, it's got nothing to do with the two of you.
Humph. I highly doubt that it has nothing to do with me. Fine. If this is the game I must play, then I will take this opportunity to draw out what he's been hiding and what happened in this room straight from him. We can save.
That's it? Huh?
You want to keep going?
How long you got?
There's still a little bit left. It's probably like 30 minutes.
30 minutes? Hey, go ahead.
30 or 20. Alright, good going.
What should we do?
Alright, go attack 2. Earlier you were in lobby number 1, and now you're here in lobby number 2. You are quite a busy man, Detective Bad.
Multiple returns to a crime scene brings about success. That's what we detectives say.
I see. In that case, you wouldn't mind if I asked about what happened again, correct?
I don't have anything left to say to you, boy.
Boy, you'll see. I will draw my answer from you one way or another.
Would it kill you to help us even a tiny bit in our investigation?
I gave Faraday's notebook to the judge earlier. That's help enough, don't you think?
Oh,
Please, we're asking you for just a bit more of your cooperation.
Don't push me, kid.
time of the murder.
I'd like to ask once again about what happened around here at the time of the crime.
I refuse to answer. Any more investigating you do will be a waste of time. Besides, how am I supposed to answer questions about things I don't know about?
Things you don't know about. But aren't you supposed to know everything?
He should. Wait, is it possible? Maybe he doesn't know about the trick behind that piece of evidence. I should try showing it to him. It may prove to be the key to getting some answers from Detective Bad. Yep, you present him with, yep, this right here. You skipped it.
What?
It's the first thing. It's the knife. Or the key, yeah, this one. Detective Bad. Did you know of the existence of the item in this photograph?
Of course I did. It's my job to know everything related to the Yatagarasu case.
In that case, let me ask you something. Did you know that the knife that killed Mr. Faraday and this Yatagarasu's key are one and the same?
What? That's impossible.
It looks like he didn't know after all.
This piece of evidence, which we call the Yatagarasu's key, is actually a well-camouflaged knife.
Ugh.
Mr. Faraday was planning to use this Yatagarasu's key to prove that Mr. Rel was not the real Yatagarasu. Isn't that correct?
I guess so.
However, Mr. Faraday had no idea that it was in fact a knife.
Yeah, I have to admit, neither one of us knew that fact. And if neither of us knew, no one in law enforcement knew either. How did we miss something as big as this?
I noticed that since a little while ago you appeared to be searching for something. I presume that this key is what you were searching for.
Yeah, that's right.
And why were you searching for it?
Because I promised Faraday. I promised that I'd protect that key with my life. But after he was killed, the key disappeared from Faraday's evidence bag. Who would have thought that the key is what took Faraday's life?
Detective Bad. So that we may find the truth, please testify for me once more.
Alright. But it doesn't matter how many times I tell you about what happened. Nothing will change.
Say it again.
Yep. Detective Bad, I ask that you please testify once more about what happened in lobby number 2 and what you experienced in lobby number 1.
My answer is still the same. This is the last time I'm gonna do this.
That's fine, because I only need one last time to clear everything up and find the truth behind this case.
Well, let's get it. Let's get it.
Detective Bad's movements.
I was in lobby number 1, talking with you. We were talking about some trivial things. I heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to reconvene. When we heard it, you and I immediately dashed out into the hallway together. I saw Gumshoe goofing around there, and then we all ran into lobby number 2.
In 1 second. second, guys. All right, sorry, you guys. That's my nephew. I had to make sure everything was okay. Okay, let's go. It sounds like the exact same story he told us before.
Yup.
Yup, hold on, Francisco. I'm getting a call right quick. Indeed. However, I feel that we have yet to draw out all the information that we can.
Rebuttal, Detective Bad's movements.
Want me to tell you?
I was in lobby number 1 talking with you. Go ahead.
You press one same. I think it's the third one.
We were talking about some trivial things. I heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to reconvene.
Until you heard the gunshot, did you notice anything else that was out of the ordinary?
I didn't hear any other strange sounds until that gunshot.
If the gunshot Detective Bad heard was really the one from the murder, that would give the other piece of evidence an entirely different meaning. I ask that you please amend your testimony with that statement just now.
Sure. I didn't hear any other strange sounds until that gunshot.
Detective Bad, you honestly don't remember hearing anything else?
Yeah.
Is it possible you were Is it possible you were so involved in your conversation that you missed something?
I've been a detective for a long time, and even if I were involved in something, I've got quite the habit of keeping tabs on everything that goes on around me. If there had been some other strange sound, you can be sure I would have heard it.
I suppose with this detective, that's probably very likely.
So the gunshot.
Alright, and then you go back.
Going back to
The other statement. Left. Yup. And you remember how there was a pop?
I didn't hear any other strange sounds until that gunshot.
With that
Balloon, that balloon.
Yeah.
I know he heard that balloon pop.
Detective Bad, does this balloon fragment remind you of anything?
It's the same color as the one Kay was holding.
Oh, so you knew about that girl's balloon?
Yeah, I was sitting with her up in the gallery. During the recess, just before we split up, I filled that balloon up for her.
Well, As you may have already surmised, this piece did indeed come from K's balloon.
So, what about the balloon?
I wonder if you might remember hearing this balloon pop at some point.
What are you getting at?
Humph. This fragment was found in the hallway right in front of lobby number 2. Furthermore, it was the sound of this balloon popping that the judge mistook as a gunshot.
Oh? So the sound that the judge heard was not actually a gunshot, huh?
On top of that, his honor said that he heard the balloon pop about 20 minutes before the trial was to reconvene.
Yes, which means that his honor heard the balloon pop in the hallway. When you were in lobby number 1, Detective Bad. And if you were in lobby number 1 at that time, you were close enough that you should have heard that balloon popping as well.
So?
Don't give me a so.
We just proved that there is a flaw in your testimony.
The crackling of the truth is louder than the sound of your sweet naivete cracking. And since you kids don't seem to know, let me fill you in on something. Did you ever stop to think why the doors and walls of this place seem so rugged? That's because they were designed to keep secrets from being leaked.
What is that supposed to mean? Ooh, hold on. What is that supposed to mean?
Doors and walls are super thick. The window panes are double layered. To top it all off, even the curtains are made of a special sound-absorbing material.
Then you mean...
Since I was shut up inside lobby number 1, there was no way I could have heard that sound.
No.
Ugh. I knew that's what he was going to say.
Then that means that the scruff face's testimony is completely useless. If the rooms are soundproof, then of course he wouldn't hear any sign of a struggle.
No!
That's also why it's only natural that I didn't hear the balloon popping. Now, do you get it, kids?
Mouse, I thought we were supposed to be the ones finding flaws in his logic, not the other way around.
The other way around? It's not possible to hear the sound of a balloon popping if one were in lobby number 1. However, if we examine this situation in reverse, a person standing in the hallway should not be able to hear the real gunshot either. And yet, Detective Gumshoe claims to have heard it while he was standing in the hallway. Detective Bad, if that is the case, how exactly did you hear the gunshot?
What do you mean, how? I just did.
It would appear that you have yet to realize the contradiction in your own words.
Hi, Auntie. How's it going tonight?
How you doing, dear kid?
Oh? Oh?
Oh? How so?
If the rooms are as soundproof as you say they are, then how did the sound of the gunshots enter your ears?
I see what you mean.
You say it's this Skyrim? Skyrim?
The skill.
Skyrim.
You don't know what Skyrim is? Oh, mama, you ain't gamer.
Hey, I play games, but I don't play all the games. Pluminator.
You know what?
I don't know. I don't know every game that's out there. Pluminator.
Do you know what Fallout is?
Who?
Fallout.
What is that?
No, let's just go.
I guess I'm more out of it from Faraday's murder than I thought.
Which means what exactly, Mouse? In the end, what does it all boil down to? no gamer. You know what? I only play the games that I like. Any other games, I'm not interested
just
in.
Nintendo.
Hey, I don't do the other systems like that for
That's
real.
a shame.
Cause I don't. Hey, why would I shop around for a game that I don't have? Like, why would I shop
You're supposed to
around?
broaden your horizons.
He has a PlayStation 5. What system is it on?
It's on Xbox. Yeah, you're right. I think Skyrim on Switch.
Expanding out of comfort zone. Yeah, that's true, but I don't see any games I like over there.
It's just like Zelda
Anyway.
and sometimes Mario.
It boils down to this. There must be a reason. As to how Detective Bat and the Gumshoe heard a gunshot they theoretically couldn't have.
You say it's on the Xbox 360, Xbox One, PS3, 4, 5, Nintendo Switch, and PC.
Skyrim is old.
I never heard of it.
You never heard of
And
Skyrim.
look, Dave said he know what it is.
How Dave know what Skyrim is and you don't?
I don't know what. I have no clue, no idea. It looks like we need to examine the state of the crime scene again, huh?
The state of the crime scene. Wait, can it be?
It's that ultra strong perfume you wears. She spilled some of it.
A window in lobby number 1 was open to allow the perfume misuse spill to dissipate.
Ah! And way too noisy.
Lobby number 2's television, it looks like it was set to an incredibly high volume. The surveillance video. How could a piece of evidence just disappear? Where did it go? Where did the surveillance video from Mr. Faraday's bag disappear off to? Uh-oh, there go Edgeworth.
I can't wait to touch my forehead.
I'll have to look it up, DLT. Now that you said something, I'll look it up after the stream. Is that something you would play, or do you like the game? Okay, what are you doing, Pluminator?
Connect the dots. We're touching our forehead super hard right now.
Okay, lobby number 2 window. Dissipating the smell.
Yep. It's simply not possible for the killers to have escaped through barred windows. And yet, the fragrance of the perfume managed to escape from defended lobby number 1. Of course, incorporeal things can move freely through these open barred windows.
The criminal couldn't have made it through, but what about incorporeal things? And this?
Nope.
Very loud television?
Mhm.
What? None of them was.
Sound. One can move through windows. Hey.
Really?
Now then, what else besides a smell can go in and out of an open barred window? The answer is sound! So no matter how careful the killer was, if the windows were open, the jig would be up. And since the windows in both defendant lobby number 1 and the hallway were open, that explains how the sound of a gunshot could be heard in both locations.
Gunshot could be heard. Windows were open, so the gunshot could be heard. But where did it originate from?
What?
But you only got 2 options.
Ew!
The missing piece of evidence is a video. That shows the moments in which Mr. Rell killed the embassy staff member. The sound of the gunshot left quite an impression on me when it was played during the trial. The video should have been returned to Mr. Faraday's evidence bag for the recess, and brought back here. If it disappeared after that time, then it's possible that the tape is still here in this room. Eureka! The evidence that the missing evidence created for me.
What is it? In the old VCR.
It's the gunshot sound that no one should have been able to hear in the first place.
Mouse, what have you been thinking about? Stop wasting time thinking and let's start looking again.
It's not a waste of time to think, for I have figured out where we should look.
And where would that be?
I believe we should examine the television.
The TV? Well, you kids have fun. Go ahead and examine whatever you like.
Begin investigation, defendant lobby number 2.
Man, I might steal this. Uncle, I'm gonna pay for it.
It's a video player, and there seems to be a videotape inside.
It looks like it. The tape must have stopped on its own when it reached the end.
This tape, could it not be the missing surveillance tape?
I suppose, but...
Detective Bad, would it be alright with you if I verified the content of this video?
Sure, knock yourself out.
Alright then, let's rewind this and see what we have.
If I remember correctly, the footage of Rail killing the embassy staff member should be at about the 30-minute mark from the start of the tape.
Understood. This should be about right. Now then, let's see.
This is the footage of Mr. Rell shooting the embassy staff member.
I knew it! The missing piece of evidence, the surveillance video, was here all along!
Surveillance video data jotted down in my organizer. Video of the embassy staff member's murder. The gunshot is especially memorable.
This sound. What's the meaning of this?
It appears that Detective Bad had figured out the true source of the gunshot he heard. With this, I think we can figure out the trick behind this double murder.
Do you mean that you figured it all out, then?
Yes. All I have to do now is show what the gunshot Detective Bad and Gumshoe heard was. And drew where they heard it from.
Fine. In that case, show me what you're deduced.
Now to show what the gunshot Detectives Bad and Gumshoe heard was. And drew where they heard it from. You get that gist?
Do I have to deduce?
Yup.
Where do I deduce from?
Hey, you been playing it game? Okay, the gunshot in the window. Keep going. Keep going. Yeah.
If the door and windows to the crime scene, namely this room that we're in, were closed, the killer could have used the gun, and no one would have been the wiser.
That's true. This courthouse does seem to be well designed for such a thing, as it were.
However, what happened in reality was Detective Gumshoe, Detective Bad, and Miss U. All three of them heard the gunshot.
Well, the windows in lobby number 1, number 2, and the hallway were open. So naturally, the people in those locations could hear it.
Ah, but then, why would the criminal open the window in the first place?
To allow the gunshot to be heard, I suppose.
Correct. That's the only logical conclusion we can draw from this.
But why was that necessary in the first place? I want a real answer, Miles. I demand satisfaction.
Very well. I believe that the killer wanted to manipulate our perception of a certain fact. What was it that the killer wanted to manipulate our perception of? Okay, so
when the crime took place,
they punched him really hard that it made a gunshot sound.
or the murder weapon, or the crime
It's
scene.
the crime. It's when.
Yes, when.
Yeah.
the killer wanted to fabricate the time of death to their precise wishes. And they used the gunshot in the surveillance video to do so.
So that's why the tape was left running?
You mean the gunshot I heard was from this video?
Yes, which means that the killers... yes, which means that the murders really occurred at an earlier time than we thought. It must have been during the recess, but before Detective Gumshoe was on guard duty. Someone who has no alibi for that time period. And planned this crime out in advance. That person is the real killer!
Investigation complete.
Mr. Edgeworth!
Yes? What is it?
Miss Yu is asking for you. She's in the courtroom. She says that she's identified the murderer, but that she wants to clarify something.
It looks like Miss Yu is still investigating something.
Understood. Please tell her that I'll be right over.
I'll come along. I want to hear what she has to say.
It would appear that the time has come to uncover the truth! To be continued! Uh-oh.
Okie dokie. What y'all think of that?
It was okay.
It's getting interesting, I think.
It get interesting.
Yes.
None of this matters. It's in the past. It's old. It's an okay.
But I'm enjoying the case, so.
This cat died. He can't get shot. Because it's old.
Oh, we know he lived. Where's the tension? We should...
Yes, Didas, to be continued. So I guess I'll let you all go and get on with your Saturday night. I appreciate you all for watching and chatting.
Can't get shot.
It was good to see Didas and Skull Kid. All right. But yeah, I appreciate you all. All right. And Dave, Game Queen 81, Deity, I appreciate you for chatting as well. Everyone else that's watching, I appreciate you all for watching. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, if you're watching, I appreciate you. Go ahead and subscribe. It will really help me out a lot. Also, if you don't mind just hitting the like button, I'll appreciate it. Thank you, Skull Kid. Didas, thank you all. Appreciate it. And yeah, I will talk to you all on the next one. You all take care.